Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, bald-headed mosquitoes and bull-legged ants. You guys know the time, you know the place, and even though it's been a good while since I came back from the UK, you know who I am. This is Black Magic Shaka. That's right, I'm back. Not quite in the black because I'm wearing the gray, but it's been another day. Go figure. Anyway, no, it's been quite a bit of a minute. And no, I haven't really forgotten what was going on. It's just been had a lot going on in my mind and running around like a headless chicken, as you can tell by the way I'm going about a couple of miles a minute with no limit. A lot of things going on, especially in my head, stuff I've been experiencing for myself or just been reminding of. And it's interesting. I know I've gone on a few times about the next generation and everything and how they're coming in. And I have to train a few of these cats. And I'm kind of convinced now that a lot of these guys, and I'm convinced that a lot of people, especially in the community now that we call professional wrestling, we're brainwashed heavily. One of the things we see, well, it's kind of a pink elephant in the room, and a lot of the vets, myself included, we get a big stink about things like, oh, little small stuff. And for those of you who don't realize, I don't care what it is, small things, no matter how minute, add up to a lot of huge disasters. And it goes across the board, especially with the younger guys. One of those things in question, okay, here's the thing. Guys, if you're going to get in the ring, show respect to the sport. Alright, for one, wear some proper gear for God's sakes. I mean, you're not going to go to a job interview wearing a tracksuit. You're not going to go to an interview dressed up like this. You got to look the part. If you want to show that you want the job, you got to look professional. You know, what's that normally entail? You got to come in clean, well-groomed. If you're going to have facial hair, groom it, trim it. Small stuff. You get in the ring, you're not going to go in there with court shoes. Get some proper wrestling shoes. Even if you got to go as far, like, okay, listen, average pair of wrestling boots, they might run you maybe $200. Patent leather and a whole nine. Or if you want to be a little bit more traditional, you're not going to go on a wrestling mat wearing Converses. You're not going to go in there wearing Air Jordans. Nike and Adidas actually put out wrestling shoes too, anywhere from 30 to maybe $80. Put some money off the side and get you a good pair. I mean, you're not going to go in there wearing jeans. Yeah, I know. You're watching the Cena Nation. Forget that. Forget what you saw on television. Okay, that's sports entertainment. Okay, on this level at least, even guys, if you go check out some footage on YouTube, check out Grappler's Quest. It's a grappling tournament. Check out the Abu Dhabis, the ADCC. Check out the Nagas, the North American Grappling Association. These guys, if they ain't going barefoot for no gi or wearing a traditional gi, they're wearing grappling shoes. They're wearing wrestling shoes. You're not going to go in there with running shoes or cross trainers. And trust me, the soles are not good for the traction. Believe me. You'll end up breaking your ankles. Okay? Knee pads and all that, sure. No problem. But you're not going to go in there wearing sweatpants. Got plenty of options to go for shorts. And there's plenty of different lines. No-gi, Venom, Sprawl, Kaizen. I can name a whole bunch off the top of my head. And they're not always going to let you wear nothing topless. Because you get sweaty, you're going to slip all over the place. That's what they make rash guards for. If you can't get rash guards, go to the nearest sporting goods spot. Go to Dick's, go to Modell's, go online, look this stuff up, get you a rash guard. If you can't get a rash guard, go to Under Armour and get your compression shirt. They'll run you for around maybe $15, $20. Short sleeve, no sleeve, long sleeve, Doesn't matter. They're there. Okay? Or to quote Adrian Street from his Bizarre Bazaar website, and he does custom gear now, guys. Okay? To quote Adrian Street, not Adrian Adonis, but exotic Adrian Street. He's British. And he's blonde, he's a little bit shorter, but he knows his stuff. Even to quote him, you're going to look the part if you're going to come out behind that curtain. Saves you a whole headache of looking like some fan that lost his seat and doesn't know where he is if you come into that ring. Big mistake. It's not just a smack in the face to the profession. It's disrespectful. And also, it's not healthy for you to get in the ring looking like that, because things can snag and Lord knows what else. You lose your footing, easy to get hurt. Not practical. Now, we're in a recession, if I can remind you. A lot of guys are running fundraisers. Don't you think it's a little rude to say, ask for a fee if you know it's going to be a fundraiser? Guys, it's not a gate show. And if you're smart enough, you know how to work around that. I don't have to tell you. Or should I? You got swag, then sell it. If not, guess what? It's for a bigger cause, for God's sakes. Come on. And if you're not that relevant, notice I didn't say credible, I said relevant. And that's the biggest thing now. Relevance. Okay? Because 9 times out of 10, if you were like a top ranking guy in Division I NCAA, then chances are you're not going to be here in the Indies. They have you on contract in sports entertainment, or they don't have you in TNA or over in Japan somewhere. Meanwhile, for the rest of us, guess what? Come on. Help these people out. It's for a positive thing. I'm just saying. Enough said about that. Now, I'm going to cut this one kind of short. So I'm going to go straight over to the shout-outs for my people, my usual suspects over in the West Coast. White Trash Johnny Logan, Sick Nick over in Arizona for NWA Wild West. And, and for guys, for those of you who don't know, Power Trip Wrestling is now no longer in the hands of Great Britain. It is now under the possession of the American hands. Big nod to Ms. Dawn Holly, the owner of Vintage Pro Wrestling and Power Trip Wrestling. Big ups. To Marcus Gibb down in the Florida area, in the Gulf Coast, I believe. Bobby Sanford, Atlas J. Horn of the Midwest, Cassidy Kane. Over to my alumni for Maximum Championship Wrestling over in the Delaware, Maryland, D.C. area, and Virginia. E.L. Stanley, Massive Mike, the Hellcats, you know who you are, Chris Nightmare, D-Line, the Asian Sensation, going up to Jersey for Doc Diamond and Devastation University, the Empire. Going up to Pennsylvania for a hot minute for Elite Generation Wrestling. The Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Alliance back over in Jersey. For my number one son, you son of a gun. Yeah, I'm talking about Mr. Xavier Fate. And going overseas, going over to the EU and the Great Britain. Rebel without a pause, and maybe with one, but definitely down for the cause, pun intended. I'm talking about PT Player himself, Mr. Petey Stanforth. Happy belated birthday to my man, the man formerly known as the Hooded Meek. I'm talking about Drewy. And to the Woo, the Milkshake, the Ginger Snap, Miss Victoria, Mr. Jim MTX for Rough and Ruddy, Tony Allen, the Dark Ref as it were, Mr. Toby, Mr. Craig Gunner, and all points in between. To my boys over in Western Europe, starting off with my boys over in Belgium, Homeless, Sir Robin, Miss Laurie, Dr. Gangrene, Beatings of Us, Rob Raw, Wendy Alossery. To my boys over in Holland, Tommy Inn, one half of the Sumerian Death Squad, Uncle Vito Il Villatore Toscani, Rico Bushido, Andy Effin Patterson, Emil, and to my boy Hots and Twan, in der Dad. To my people over in Deutschland, or to put it another way, let's see. Meine Brüder und Schwester of Deutschland. The two Susies, Craig BC, the House of Jacks, Zeres Von Crow, Rick the Voice Valentine, MC Logan, Andrea Bobic, Top Catch Wrestling, Crazy Johnny Tiger for Deutsche Wrestling Alliance, to the boys over in AWM over in Lubeck, Pro Wrestling Eve, Sandra, Katrin, Maddie, Jazzy, Mina, and Yenny. I'm sorry, Yenny. Sheridan, that is. The boys down in Austria. And all the other cast of characters in between. To my man, New Jack. What's up, my brother? I could say the other thing, but I'm going to be nice about it. But you know what the time it is, my man. And for those of you who I've forgotten, don't worry. You might not be in the front of my head, but you're definitely in the bottom of my heart. In the meantime, stay tuned for another fun-filled episode of The Other Side of Ropes. And stay tuned. Next Sunday, Top Rope Radio, we've got the international superstar. No, not me. The other international superstar. I'm talking about the madman they call Cage. Oh, I almost forgot. For my boy, T-Toller, Tony Stevens. That's right, we put you over. Just like, I ain't forget you guys. But in the meantime, this is going to be a short-lived one. I'm out of here. It's kind of early for me, but I don't care. I'm going to try and get some rest in. And I'm about to rape and pillage some Crown Fried Chicken. For those of you who don't know, yeah, it's not a pretty sight to see when you got a hungry man who's been deprived of his chicken. Okay. It's been about 7 hours, but give me a break. Other than that, I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you next week or whenever I decide to turn around and burn out your retinas and kill out your synapses with another episode of The Other Side of Ropes. Deuces. I'm out.